What's up, guys? Max here, and we're going to be talking about the new updated Titan Crystal. Let's talk about it. Yeah, like I actually so excited to open the crystal when I saw the champions. I was like, oh yeah, these are the new additions that just kind of popped up when you updated the game, and I completely forgot about the ones that had been there prior to these showing up. And the Starkey, I was saving up my Titan shards to pick up a Starkey, and that's not what we got. So this is a pretty good topic to talk about when it comes to like, like we set these expectations on ourselves, and when we see patterns and they just don't come through, we kind of like get disappointed, right? So are you disappointed on this new Titan Crystal, like the champions that they added, which is Cersei, we got Red Skull and Thing. So those are the like random champions we were not expecting to be added in there. Obviously, we have Bullseye, we knew was coming, Onslaught, and White Tiger. But these three, we did not expect them. So let's kind of look at them really quickly. Having the ability to pick up a Red Skull as a 7-star actually provides, I think, a lot of value to a lot of players in battlegrounds. Now, most likely you're going to be able to pick this up once, and being able to dupe it, if you're very extremely lucky, you're going to get that. Does he require the dupe? You know what? Not necessarily, but that is one of the topics I want to just talk about when it comes to at least Red Skull. I'm familiar with them. I have him. I took him as a rank 6-star, as a rank 5, because he's been so good. And I found a lot of benefit on that 10th basic attack, granting Skull 1 armor up, because he depends a little bit on those armor ups, to constantly deal some damage. And just those armors are really good. So, maybe not having that, you kind of play it differently. But eventually, I think you should be able to take this guy to rank 2. Red Skull probably be very annoying. His health pool as a 6-star is kind of low, so I wish, actually, let's see if we have the updated version here. Yeah, 7-star already is. Okay, let's go. Rank 2. Look at his health pool at 58,000 points. And let's see the 6-star, 58,000 points. 47. So very good difference between the two. Now the question would be, is he worth rank 2ing compared to other champions? I think he's a phenomenal rank 2. I think you wouldn't be disappointed. A lot of people use him offensively and just slot him on defense when the situation seems appropriate. So I think this is a pretty good win overall. I'm excited to get my hands on a Red Skull. I already opened my Titan Crystal and it didn't happen. So, I'm not getting shards that quickly when it comes to being able to open multiple Titan Crystals. It's just not happening. So we'll see if I get another shot at opening another Titan Crystal while this batch is currently active. Now, here's Thing too. Thing just got added. He's very interesting because as a 6-star, he could be very annoying. Okay, he's very annoying. Because you got to watch over those rock stacks. Now, when it comes to his Awaken ability, once this ability finishes, it goes into cooldown and cannot be reactivated for 20 seconds. The Unbreakable Spirit, when charging a heavy attack, Unbreakable Spirit will also trigger when Thing is stunned. Unbreakable Spirit will also trigger when the opponent would deal more than 300%. Or deal 300 or more of their attack rating with a basic attack. And then Thing activates protection for the next 5 seconds, reducing all damage up to 80%. So plus 1% for each rock stack. Obviously, that protection is super annoying when it comes to stalling the fights. I think Thing has proven himself to be a kind of a nasty defender in certain situations. Not all situations, but I think if you have him and you have him rank 5, and you get him as a 7-star, I think you depend on your rank 5 for sure. Just keep that usage on the rank 5. I think Thing is interesting. I don't know. I think definitely needs the Awakening for that protection and defense. You want that protection, even if it's a 20% with Sig 20. Just getting him once. So. If you're a fan of Thing, a lot of people have been. I used to play with a player that loved Thing and just would rank him up any chance that we would get opportunities to. And he did a lot of things, a lot of crazy things with him. I think it's a good champion. I don't see this as a bad thing when it comes to the addition of Thing. Then the last one to talk about is Cersei. Okay, so Cersei's interesting as she hits incredibly hard and she is also very annoying with her glancing. She's kind of got one of those glancings. It's not the same as Maestro, but it is, or Future Ant-Man, but it is annoying. So when she starts glancing, it's just an annoying fight. She's an annoying defender, but she's a really good offensive champion too. So I wouldn't sleep on Cersei if you get your hands on Cersei. I'm sure some gameplay of these champions are going to be coming out. If we get a chance to play with these champions, we'll definitely do some live streams and stuff and tests. Unawakened for the most part, just to kind of really see what these champions can do as like a rank 2. And if we get the opportunity to rank 3, maybe, but mainly rank 2. But let's look at her awaken ability as well. Gains a power gain buff, generating 15% of a bar of power over 1.5 seconds each time Cersei's Fury or glancing buffs expires or are nullified. That's guaranteed. And then while Cersei's glancing buff is active, glance hits grant a regeneration buff, dealing 5 to 15% of damage taken per transmutation. So ideally, if you get her just awaken, that's kind of cool. But does she need it? No, I think most of her glancing and damage and stuff is really pretty much up from these transmutations. But I think this is an interesting addition. I wonder how Kabam went out to like really think about these champions that were added, basically Cersei, Red Skull, and Thing. Making them added to the Titan Crystal. Now let's talk about the possibility of being kind of like not happy, not really excited or like with these champions. Okay, now here's the thing. Kabam had put into the game a couple of champions here that we can see. We saw Starkey, we saw Spider-Man 2099, and one other champion were Masaka. These were the 3 that were added just a while ago. And we thought those were going to be the Titan 3 champions that are going to be added to the crystal. And it looks like it wasn't. These are really strong champions. So I think Kabam's got something else in mind, something else planned for these 3 champions. So I'm sure that's coming soon. I wouldn't doubt if there's something coming in this month, maybe for like a Valentine's crystal. And it sucks that these 3 champions, that means if that's the case, these 3 champions are going to be exclusive to that. And basically, if you don't get those crystals or wherever they decide to add them, you're not going to be able to get those champions. And so you got to dupe them, and so it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to get them, but they're so good. I can't wait to get my hands on a Masaka or a Starkey. I really like those 2 champions myself. But a little disappointed that they weren't added to the Titan Crystal. Not necessarily like a big sad on it, because I still think these are great additions. But, I was hoping that my Titan Crystal opening was going to be kind of like a Starkey. I was really crossing my fingers, but that is not what we got. So overall, though, when it comes to Onslaught, Red Skull, and White Tiger, we've seen those 2 very top defenders. We haven't seen much when it comes to White Tiger, just because not that many people have her. But when it comes to a lot of people are picking up those Onslaughts and Red Skull, and Bullseyes when it comes to 7 stars. And we're going to be seeing those in Battlegrounds as defenders now. Very annoying. There's a lot of counters to these. We're going to get more and more counters, of course, as time goes on. But for the moment, for the month of February and probably March and April, you're just going to be get familiar with them. Don't ban them. Put some offensive options that help against those 2 champions for sure. And just, get to know how to really evade those specials, really. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys, when it comes to your results on your Titan crystals. What do you get? And then very quickly, let's take a look at my opening. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Chat and chit. I come through like what's good, these wigs getting split. Man better breeze and sprint. It's long if I choose to bite down on these pricks. X is a lyrical 4-4 and this, so make sure it's X that you wanna rally with. Oh, make a big man turn to a kid. Shout out skull when I slat out wigs. Never seeing X's with your eyes behind your eyelid. Bars and flows, check out their mixture. Tell them man can't handle the fixture. It's all fun and games to the person saying it's all fun and games. Get beat up and cocked out the picture. Must be active if you think you can wig me. I'll tell my man put down the liquor. I ain't got none, don't care which means I lost them. Genie's out of the bottle when I ain't going back, so now I'm a problem. They can't land, I'm a pro or column. Living kiddie taking lives, I'm taking souls. Can see man's never been stolen. I take heads off, I leave them rolling, just like balls in bowling. I'm a fully charged,